Hello and welcome to TAIK. I am Mohammed Adnan, and in this video we are going to discuss about how you can extract the data based on today, this week, this month or this year, that is current week, current month or current year data. There are actually two ways you can do it in Power BI. We can see both the ways in this video and watch till then to understand the clarity about between the two different ways. If you are new to this channel or if you haven't subscribed yet, just click on the subscribe button and also press the bell icon to get the latest notifications. But make sure you turn on the notification on your devices. Now let's get started. This is the PowerBI file. In this I have these four graphs here. One is today's sale and this month sale, this year sale and this week sale based on the data. And if I click on today's sale, I have this comes from the fact table, that is region and then the sales value. And I have one more table, that is a calendar table. Let's have a look at the data over there. So this is a fact table, transaction date and region and sales value. And the calendar table, it is basically the calendar DAX function. So calendar, minimum of the fact table, transaction date and the maximum of transaction date. Here what I've done here, this date column, it will come here, and then I've added four additional columns here, calculated columns, that is for today, this month, this year and this week. This is a list of dates here. If you go down here to the data, as we are on November 2020 here, so if I go down further down, now here if you look at this, it is calculating this year for the year. So let's start with this one. What I have added as a calculated column here, I have extracted the year from the date of this date column. So it is coming from 2018, 19, something like that, and for 2020 it will come as this year. Because I have made this DAX function, that is if the year of the calendar date is equal to year of today, that is the current system date, then it will show as this year. Or else it will just bring me the year from the date column. While doing that, we will get an error on that because I will show you one thing. So here it is year, right? So else I need the year or the calendar date. If I commit now, then it will show me an error, that is expression that yield variant data type cannot be used to define calculated columns. The thing is, the year which is returning it here, it is an integer, whereas I'm returning it here if it is current year as a text. This is this year. In order to work this, we have to convert this year as well as to string. So that is what I have done here. In the next line, I use this convert DAX function, convert, that is the year data to a string value. Data type, I'm changing this data type of this column to string. So if I commit now, as this year, which is the text, and this will also convert into text, so it will not show me any error here. So if we go down here, 2018, 2019, and now it is showing me as this year for the year of 2020. Like the same way for this month as well, if the format, instead of year, I use this format function to convert the date into month and year is equal to today's date of month and year. If these two matches, then it will show me this month, or else it will show me the current month date. Here I have not used the convert DAX function. The reason is because the text is, the value itself which is coming, we are formatting it here, right, is a text. So that's why we don't need to convert the number into text format. July, August, September, we are in November, right? So October 20 it will show up here, and in November it will show as this month, and from December onward it will show as the December. Like the same way, if you go to this week, week by week, like we are using it as year hyphen week, because week repeats on every year, so that's why we need to include the year as well. So on seeing that, we need to use the year table. The year of this date is equal to year of today's date, and then the week number. So the week number DAG function here. If you use this week number, you have one more option, that is the week starts from Sunday or Monday. Basically in India the week starts on Monday, so I'm going to use it as a 2. So if both of them, that is the year is also is equal to the current date year and also the week also current date week, then it will show me as this week. Or else I just want to convert this year into year hyphen the week. It is showing it here 2015 dash 2 dash 3 like that. And if you go down here till 2020 of November 2020 week 41, so week 44 actually it is the current week which you are now. So that range starts from 26 October till today's date. So this week this 7 days will come up here. I will tell you the advantage of using these things later on. And the last thing I have added here as today column. Here the same thing, if the date is equal to the today date, then it will show me today, or else I need to return the complete date. And here also I will get an error. In order to work like that, I need to convert this date into a string. So I'm just changing this into a string value. First of all, I'm just using the format option to format this into date and then the Jan and 2015 like that, and then I'm converting it into a string value. So if you go down here, today is 1st of November. So if you go down March 21, little up. So here if you look at this 1st of November, it is showing a today here, and it is this month, that is November month, and it is this year, and it comes from this week. There is an advantage here by using this function, and it is, so for example, if you want to set anything on this page, like it has to load, or by default when the page load, the user has to see the data of current week, current month, current year, or today's data. In order to work that, you if you set this something else, say for example like this, if I use this slicer of this week, I'm changing this into a slicer now. Let's increase the font size. Okay, if you look at here, it is coming from 2015 value, right? So I'm changing this into a drop down now. So if you look at this value here, it is coming from 2015 and it is just going down, down and down here. So it will be very difficult for the user to select the week whatever he needs here. By default, if you want to set it to be current week, whenever the page loads, whenever the report loads, it has to load the current week data. In that case, you can set this value as you created one column, right? So calculate column. So you can basically you can set this as a this week. So take it here and then set whatever the page, I mean whatever the data here in this page, it is going to be filled up based on current week data. It will be helpful for the end user, and if you want to change something else, if you want to look at the data of the last week or 2 weeks before, he can just go hit here and then select whatever he wants here from here. But at the initial page load, he will get the latest current week data. Like the same way, if you want to show the current month, current year, and today's data, you can do the same way by using this slicer. And why I'm suggesting this to using the slicer is most of the users which are faced here, they are not comfortable with the using of the filter pane which is available on the right side of this report. They're just comfortable by using the slicer within the page itself. So that's why by this way you can able to use this function. You don't need to make the changes of the report every time in order to get the latest data. If you once set this one, whenever the date changes, it is going to change the value here. If you look at the data, so if you go tomorrow, so that is 2nd of November, it will show that today will come here. And if you go to December month, this month is go to December. Like the same way, it is going to change the value here. By default, whenever the page load based on the date, based on the week, based on the year, based on the month which we are, it is going to filter the data accordingly each and every time when the page loads. So that's the good thing here. So here, if you look at this all sheet here, by default it will load the sales of today's sales, this month sales, this year sales, and this week sales. So what I've done here, if you look at the data here, like this one, if I go to filter pane, there is the region and sales value is there. And then I have taken this year from this calendar table, because if you look at the relationship between the fact table and then the calendar table, that is the value here. Fact table and calendar table, it has a relationship of one to many. So that's why it is going to filter this value. So I'm just selecting it here this year from this calendar table, and it is filtering the value here. You have this option, you can use this filter option on the filter pane, or else you have one more option, that is, if I copy this week visual and go to this page one, and by default like this, if you are going to use the filter option on the page itself, then it's going to show the sales of the current week. And if the user want to change the value of something else, they can just click it here. And sorry, first of all I need to remove the this week from this one. So based on the user selection data, it is going to filter the data. I'm going to select this week, so it's going to change the value based on the week. Whatever the user is going to select, it's going to select here. And if you want to revert it back, he can just select the current week, that is this week. So with the initial page load, it is going to change the data based on the week which is loading the report. I have this same page. It is everything is same. The only difference is in today's sales, what I have done here, instead of calling this from the calendar table, what I have done, I have just extracted the date from the calendar table, and then I use this relative date function. Basically, it will be a basic filtering. Now I change this to relative date filtration, and in this I have select in this day. So it will just filter the current data. So it is showing it value it here 01 to 01. So when it comes to tomorrow, it will show us 1211 and 1211. Whereas if you click on this one, this month sale, like the same way I have used in this month. So it is taken the value from 1st of November to 30th of November. And the same way, if you look at the year, I have used the same thing. It is 1st of January to 31st of December 2020. Whereas if you look at the week here, it has taken as 1st of November to 7th of November. The disadvantage of this one is, when compared to the DAX function, what we have written here is, if you look at this one, it is taking the value from 1st of November to 7th of November, right? So if you look at the data of this week, if you go down here to this one, so in this week, if you look at the date, it is showing it as 26th October to 1st of November. The reason is the 1st of November is Sunday, right? So if you look at this week calculation, I have taken this as one, that is the week start from Monday. If I change this to week start from Sunday, then if you commit now, then it will switch it from 1st of November to 7th of November as it is showing it over there in relative date function. If you go down here, see 1st of November to 7th of November. Actually, our business is working on the Monday start date, so I have to use this one. So in this way, that week function on the related date function is not applicable. So if you go down here, this week starts from 26th of October, that is Monday, till Sunday, that is today, 1st of November. And if we go back again here, so if we relative date function, that is week, it starts from the 1st of November. So it is based on the system date time settings available on your PC. That's the one thing. Now you can also use the other way, that is all in one sheet. By default, you will have this year's sale for an example, and if you want to click it here, I have made the buttons here and then use the bookmark options, that is today's sale. It will show today's sale. If you click on this week's sale, It will show only this week. If you click on this month, it will show only this month, and this year it will show only this year. And you click on all, it will go to this page. It will show you all the values in one page. This I used here with the help of this is a button basically, and in the action I have taken the bookmark option that is today here. It is comes from here. If you like this video and if you get the clarity about the visual level filters and the using the tags in the slicer, you just click on the big thumbs up button. If you're new to this channel or if you haven't subscribed yet, just click on the subscribe button. And if you have any better way to do this, just let me know in the comment section below. If you're new to this channel or if you haven't subscribed yet, just click on the subscribe button and also press the bell icon to get the latest notifications. But make sure you turn on the notification on your devices. Share it with your friends and colleagues. If you have any queries and feedback, just post it on the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Keep learning. See you in the next video.